So I know when I started doing the breath, I hated it. And I'm sure you probably hate it. And that's probably why you're watching this video, is because you want to figure out how to do it correctly. So to try to break it down a little bit, mainly the reason that you do the breath is you're trying to move energy from these lower 3 centers up to your pineal gland. And then once you do that, you get the oxytocin released. It goes up through the heart and then into the brain, and then it releases that oxytocin, and then you kind of get this, I don't know if you want to call it orgasmic feeling, but it also helps to open up your pineal gland so that you can tune in more into the universe. And when you hit it, you will know it. Now, I know that there's a definite time that you hit it, but there's other times where you hit it and you're just like, woo, you kind of feel a little, I don't know if you call it woozy or something. I know when I first hit it, I knew it because it was just like I hit it and then I was like, it just kind of like hit me. So you'll know when you hit it, and you're not going to hit it every time. When you're doing it right, you might feel pressure in your head. I know sometimes I feel pressure right here. Also, sometimes when I hit it, I feel like a vibrating coming out from my head, and that's just he calls it your radio tuner, and you are literally tuning in to whatever energy and stuff that's out there. So to break it down, you want to pull the breath from your perineum. And if you're not sure where that is, I guess where your privates are. It might also, it helps a little bit to also be where you're, like, think of squeezing your butt, like down at the bottom. And then your next energy center, if you find your belly button, here's mine. You go just maybe inch or two below that, and that's your second energy center there. And then your third energy center is right about here. And then the fourth is right in the middle, fifth here, and sixth is up here. Now, sixth, everyone gets confused of. The pineal gland is kind of in the middle of the brain, a little more towards the back and a little down towards the bottom. But if you just focus like on your third eye right there, or maybe in the back of your head, or kind of in the middle, then you'll pretty much hit it. What I found out is if you just put the intention that you want to put pressure somewhere up here, then you'll hit it. Something that helps me is to think about blowing up a balloon in your head. So I'm going to have you practice that with me real quick. I don't want you to worry about doing all the squeezing down here and pumping and all that different stuff. All I want you to do is take a deep breath. I guess just imagine you're going up with the breath. But as you do that, I want you to imagine the breath is blowing up your head. Pretend your head is a balloon and you want to blow it up. Something else I want to say real quick. Blow out the air through your nose first before you suck it up, because if you don't do that, I've noticed that it's harder to get enough air to bring it up. So if you blow a bunch of air out, then your lungs are going to want more air to bring it up. And it is important that you breathe through your nose. I read a whole book called Breath, and it talks, this guy actually for a month plugged up his nose. Him and another guy plugged up their nose and breathed only through their mouth for a month, and they realized that their health started declining, all different kinds of things. Very interesting book. You should really read it. But it's very important that you breathe through your nose when you breathe in. Breathing out, not so much, but breathing in is very important. Okay, so do this with me. So first of all, blow all the air out of your nose. Now I want you to breathe in and pretend you're blowing up your head like a balloon. Breathe in. Now pretend that you're blowing up your head and hold it. Hold it as long as you can. Keep holding it. If you need to, pretend to pump it up more and blow up that balloon more. And breathe it out. Blow it out. Okay, let's try that again. Breathe out through your nose. Now breathe in through your nose. Blow up that balloon in your head. Just put pressure. Think of putting pressure on your head. Don't worry about all this yet. Just put that pressure on your head. And if you can feel that, keep holding it. Keep holding it. Blow it out. So I don't know if you felt that, but you kind of feel a pressure in your head. It's like, I don't know if you want to say your head feels like it's going to explode, but you feel it kind of in here, maybe even in the back. So look for that. If you can't get that, kind of experiment a little bit and kind of get up there and push, just push with your lungs, whatever you need to, just focus on pushing, because this is the main part you want to focus on once you get the whole breath together. So let's do it one more time. So breathe all that air out of your nose. Breathe in, deep. Breathe it in your head. Push out. Push that breath in your head. Hold it. Hold it as long as you can. Breathe out. Sorry, I get the shakes sometimes. If you get the shakes, that's a good thing. That means you've got energy moving through you, okay? So I moved a little bit of energy even though I wasn't doing it full out because I was trying to talk to you. Okay, so it helps me a little bit to imagine the straw going more up my spine than trying to hit each energy center. Because let's do it first where we imagine a straw going up our spine, and then we'll combine it together with all the squeezing of the energy centers and then see how we can do with that. So same thing, we're going to blow all the air out of our nose, and then I want you to imagine, I guess almost from your butt, it's your perineum really, I want you to imagine there's a straw going up from your butt, go up your spine, and then hit that pineal gland up there in your head, and imagine that pressure again like you did with the other breath, okay? So blow all the air out of your nose. Lock it down. That means kind of hold it down. Now starting down at your perineum, pretend there's a straw and just suck it up. And then I want you to hit it to your head. Don't worry about squeezing anything. Just suck it up like it's a straw. If you want to keep sucking and push on that head. Push in your pineal gland. Push, 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 push. Hold it. Breathe out. Okay. So like I said, don't worry about squeezing. If it helps you do that, that's fine. Now also something I recommend you doing, if you see I'm sitting in a chair, okay? So if you want to, you can lay down because that kind of helps you straighten up. You've got to have good posture in order to do this. If you're sitting in like a recliner or a cozy couch or in your bed, you're tending to just kind of be like this, and you just kind of slouch, and you've got to get it straight. You've got to get it straight. So I suggest when you're practicing it, do it in a chair or some kind of surface. You can sit on the floor, I guess, Indian style, if you want to do that too. So you can just get your spine straight. No matter what you do, sit up straight. Okay, so let's try that again. We're going to suck all the energy through a straw. Imagine it going up your spine, up to your pineal gland. Okay, ready? Blow out the air. Hold it. Start at perineum and suck through that straw all the way to the top. Breathe in. Blow up that balloon in your head. Something good to do is to straighten your head up. Push your shoulders down. Pump in that head. Hold it. Hold it. Breathe out. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, you might have had your eyes closed, but I straighten up really tall. Don't scrunch up your shoulders like this because that's not getting it up there. Go like this. Pretend like you're a puppet and somebody's pulling you by the top of your head and you want to straighten up. Sometimes your neck may go back too. That's totally fine. I know mine does that too when I really get into it. Okay. Next, I want to combine it with the squeezing. Okay. So the first one you're going to squeeze is just kind of squeeze your perineum. Okay. Just kind of squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. You can kind of see I'm going up and down because I'm squeezing it. Okay. That's your perineum. Next one, below your belly button. Remember, that's your second center. Pretend to like push it in, like suck it towards your spine. Okay. Then your third energy center, that one, same thing, kind of suck it towards your spine. Think of like flexing your muscles in your abdomen. Now, once you get to your heart, there's not really a lot of squeezing to do. Just imagine the energy getting squeezed up through there. And then your neck, same thing, you can't really like squeeze it, but what helps is to straighten out your neck, kind of like that. Like do that right now, like just kind of relax. And then straighten up your neck and look up a little bit. You can kind of feel that tensing up kind of right in here, okay? And then once you do that, just imagine that whole balloon, if you want, focus right here or focus in the back of your head. and imagine that balloon blowing up in your head, and just imagine squeezing all of those up to your head and pushing as hard as you can. Well, not as hard as you can, but just push it hard. So basically just keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. See how I'm kind of like doing that? So just kind of watch me how I squeeze. I'm not going to do the breath yet. Okay, and actually, why don't you go ahead and do it with me? So squeeze the perineum, squeeze under the belly button, squeeze right here. Okay, now your heart, you really can't do a whole lot with that, but just kind of imagine that energy going up. Now up to your neck, kind of stretch it out. And now imagine your head being a balloon. And now squeeze all of them at once. All of them at once. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. See, I'm not even doing the breath, and I've got so much energy going through me, it's making me shake. Okay? So I don't know if you felt anything with that. Let's do that one more time, and then we're going to add the breath together with that. Okay? So perineum, squeeze it. Below your belly button, squeeze that in. Third center, squeeze it in towards your back. Shoot it up through the heart. Then your neck, straighten up. Now squeeze it up to your head. Now imagine it all getting squished up. Imagine it getting squished up. Pull on that string on the top of your head, pull it up. And as you're pulling that up, imagine your head's got this pressure going in it. You're blowing up that balloon. Okay? Now if you need to, just push more, push more, push more. Squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up. So you can see, if you're watching, I'm shaking because I'm squeezing up that energy, okay? All right. Whew. Okay, another thing you know if you're doing it right, you're going to get sweaty. It's a kind of a workout, but it's also the energy kind of moving through your body. You get sweaty. I always get sweaty when I do it. Oh, getting dry mouth through too. All right, so now I want you to combine it together, okay? And I also did a video of me doing this on the ground, so if you want to watch me doing that, if you do it on the ground, it's easier to kind of put your feet out, and you can kind of stretch more. You know, you think of that pulling up. It's easy to put your feet out and kind of imagine yourself being stretched this way to get that energy pushed up into your head, okay? All right, so now when we do it, I want you to breathe and squeeze. So imagine that energy being lifted up and squeeze at the same time. This is where it gets complicated. It's not hard. It's just like, think of when you're learning a golf swing, okay? There's a lot of steps to it, you know, back this way, arm this way, whatever you're doing, you know, and then go ahead and swing, and you're like, oh, there's all this stuff to it. It's kind of like that with this. You're thinking about it, but the more you practice it, the easier it gets, and it becomes a little more natural. But I'm trying to break it down a little bit easier for you so you can kind of picture how to do it, okay? All right, so remember, we're gonna blow all that air out of our nose. Relax, just kind of relax and imagine that energy is down, I guess you could say between your legs or in your bottom. And because you don't wanna hold that energy, when you're blowing it out, you might feel it tense up here or here. So I want you to blow it out and lock it down, basically, like think of it like down here, because with that breath lock down here, then you're going to pull that energy up into your head. If you hit it, you'll feel it. There's sometimes I hit it and I'm just like, oh, and I just like drop and I can't do anymore. Or sometimes you're just like, whoo. So like I said, and if you feel like you're getting close to hitting it, if you get lightheaded or something, do it again, and then you'll hit it. I do suggest though, if you feel like you're going to pass out or something, maybe be somewhere where you're not going to hit anything. Don't fear it. Don't fear it. I was always scared of passing out. I've never passed out, but I feel like I'm going to, but you don't. And when you feel like you're going to, it's almost like that's when it hits, and then you're just like, ah, you feel so great. Okay, let's try this now. All right, we're going to blow it out, lock it down. We're going to squeeze each of the centers and suck up at the same time, blow up that head. If you want to, think of putting pressure right here, or just think of putting pressure up on that pineal gland. Okay, whatever helps you to kind of visualize it. Remember to kind of keep your shoulders down, to go straight up. If you need to lock it down, do that. If you feel the need to kind of push up, because that kind of helps as a visual, do it. Go ahead. All right, ready? Now I usually take a little bit of a breath before I blow it out. All right, blow all that air out through your nose. Lock it down. Now start at your perineums and breathe. Breathe up. Breathe up. Reach up to that pineal gland. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Straighten those shoulders out. Push up. Pretend you're getting pulled up. Push it, hold it, hold it. And exhale, sorry. It's hard for me to do it and talk to you at the same time. All right, let's do it again. Sorry, I'm shaking. This is totally normal. If you don't know what this is, you may discover it. The more you do the breath, the more you do the work. It's Kundalini energy. It's energy just moving through. That's locked down at the base of your spine, and it's coiled up. And when you release it enough, it starts to move up, and that's what's going on with me right now. But what's funny is whenever I breathe deep, it stops. Okay, ready? Blow all that air out of your nose. Lock it down. Inhale. Suck it up through that straw. To your head. Squeeze all those centers. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Straighten out those shoulders. If you need to, arch your back. Put your head up a little if that helps to push. Hold it. And relax. Woo, sorry. Okay, so you can kind of see what it looks like if you hit it. I'm surprised I did that even just talking to you. So that's a little bit of your goal. You don't have to look just like me. Some people don't shake like this and they just go, ooh. So, whew, sorry. Let me know what you think, if this helped you, or if you have any other pointers about what helps you, because I know everybody's going to be just a little bit different on how they do it, but this is kind of what I did to help me visualize it and to just hit that breath, and I hope you hit it. You will, just practice and you will.